Hey guys, what's going on? It is Anthony here, back again with another video, and today we're going to be checking out the Peavey Predator Strat Copy guitar. Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning into today's video today. I really appreciate you guys' time. For those that don't know me, just as a quick introduction, my name is Anthony DeFilio. I am the lead guitarist for the metal band Spiritual Chaos that is based out of Tampa, Florida here. And if you're new to the channel, I kindly welcome you and I thank you so much for your time yet again. So without further ado, let's review this guitar. So what we are checking out today is called a Peavey Predator. This is obviously their version of a Strat that they have built back in the 90s. And what's really cool about this guitar is it's made in the USA and you can find them for like under $300. But thankfully for me, I was very fortunate and I got this for $100. And the cool thing too is that you have 22 frets, you have a maple fretboard as well as a maple neck. And I'm not sure what the wood is for the body, but we have 3 stock single coil pickups. We have a volume and 2 tones, just like a Strat. We also have a 5-way switch. We also have non-locking tuners as well. So what are my overall first impressions of this guitar? Honestly, for only spending $100 on this, I honestly feel like I hit the jackpot because this guitar is a hidden gem for what it is. Like, it actually plays really smooth, and I'm not a junkie for single coil pickups, especially in the bridge more so than the neck and middle. I do like the tone of the middle and the neck, but for the bridge and everything, but I gotta say, for a 3 single coil type of Strat copy for what I needed to do, it does the thing. And it's absolutely a workhorse and just like almost like a beater type of tool that you can kind of have around whenever you're wanting to just relax and play like a Strat. And the fact that it's made in the USA and you can find them for a stupid good price is unreal. And they're actually made pretty well. Like, it's definitely not a perfect guitar by any stretch of means. Like, there's a few dead spots, you know, up the neck and whatnot. And the hardware, including the tuners, is not the best in terms of its performance and its functionality. But you know what? It functions well enough to where you can manage it. If you're just playing at home and you're just wanting to have a good time with it and you just want some good Strat tones, it does the job and it does the trick. I actually think the pickups are decent overall, and I think the sounds that I'm able to capture out of this thing have been very good overall. I really can't complain, and I really like the feel of the neck. The neck is super comfy. It's like you would expect, like a C-shaped kind of neck on like a typical Strat, maybe slightly thinner, but either which way. It really is a great sleeper guitar for anyone looking for a good Strat on a very tight budget and they are not impressed with maybe the Mexican Strats that are coming out today. Or let's say, you know, you have a Firefly Strat and you want something that is comparable to that, I say it's definitely up there too. I absolutely have no complaints for the price I paid for this thing. So now that you've heard this guitar, we're going to now go over the pros and cons as we speak. Speaking of the pros, the pickups, although not the best, they actually are very decent pickups overall. And I'm able to actually get some good sounds despite the quality of them or even the performance of them. They're actually very usable and they're actually better than I would originally anticipate. The tone knobs function well, the volume knob, the 5-way switch, it literally sounds like a Strat. And it actually functions really well, and it does, you know, it's comparable, I have to say. The other pro is the neck. The neck is very smooth and comfy. It's not too sticky at all, if at all. It's just got a nice broken in kind of feel. I mean, this is a guitar from the 90s, if I haven't mentioned. And it actually is a good size too. It's not thick at all, and it's not paper thin. It's just a good C-shaped neck, maybe slightly slimmer for someone that likes a Strat but doesn't want to break the bank in terms of good playability overall, especially for the asking price. The other pro being too is I mean, the fact that it's made in the USA, and you can find these for around $200 to $300, maybe even $170, even $150. I've seen these on the used market, which is crazy. I mean, and the thing is like, I know it's not about where it's made, but how well it's made, but I gotta say, with this being like old American craftsmanship at this price point, when you take the time era into account, I gotta say, it absolutely does showcase itself on this guitar when you do feel it. Like, it doesn't feel like cheap junk at all, despite not being maybe perfect in some areas and having a little bit of flaws that are easily manageable or easy to fix. But other than that, I mean, it's American craftsmanship at the right price, and absolutely I'm happy with it. It really performs well, it functions, it's a good old type of Strat for not a lot of money. So now that that sums it up for the pros, what are the cons of this instrument? Well, the first con I will have to say is the tuners. I will be completely honest with you guys. I will say that the tuners are not good. They're okay, maybe at best. Like, if you're just playing at home and you just want this thing to, you know, be your, how would you say, practice guitar, or you're somebody where, you know, you're not really using this on the road or using it in a live scenario, then these tuners will work fine for you. But if you're somebody who's a serious musician, or you're somebody where you want your instrument to stay in tune, then you definitely will want to invest in better tuners for sure. Because the stock tuners on this one, at least, are not great. So I've had strings go out of tune even just after bending a few notes. But other than that, I mean, they're better than no tuners at all. So, I mean, they have to cut corners somewhere. And you know what? It's not the worst thing in the world. If it's fixable, and that's okay. The other con I have to mention is the bridge. Now, the bridge is not necessarily uncomfortable, but I do feel like the bridge could be more stable and that the bridge could be more flush with the body. It kind of like, it doesn't matter how much you put the springs back, it kind of just like sits at this weird kind of floating angle, even though it's not supposed to be floating. And I don't know, it just has like a weird sort of place of sitting. And the hardware on the bridge, again, not as bad as the tuners. Like, the bridge is usable, but the bridge could be a lot better. And I do think for how good this guitar actually does sound and play overall, I would say definitely get a better bridge for it, because the stock bridge is really not great. And if you are thinking about doing any whammy tricks like simple vibrato and whatnot, I have a hard time believing that this bridge is going to be stable along with the tuners to keep this guitar in tune. So just be aware of that. The other thing I do want to mention too is, although like these aren't bad pickups, I mean, the pickups are they're decent. They do the job, but you may or may not want to upgrade the pickups depending on your taste. Again, I think they're, you know, absolutely usable, and I think they're fine for what they are if you're trying to do some single coil type of stuff. But if you are wanting to make this a keeper, because the neck does play really, really well when your hands glide across it, and the overall like body is comfortable, I would say definitely maybe look into better pickups. And you guys know it is a Strat type guitar, in which with the pick guard you can easily find better pickups that are already loaded. Just pop it in there, solder the output jack, and then you're good to go. So other than that, I mean, in like maybe a few dead spots on the fretboard, this guitar is actually really solid, and I actually really like it a lot. I think it's a really good hidden gem. I think it makes an amazing mod platform, and for the money, for it being made in the USA from the 90s, I really can't complain overall. So with all that said and done, I would absolutely give this guitar an 8.5 out of 10 guitar picks. This is a very solid instrument. It's made in the USA. You could pick them up for around 150 to about 300 bucks. I think they are an absolute steal if you can get them for $200 or less. Like I said, the pickups are usable. The hardware may be lacking in some areas, but you know what? For the price you pay, you're actually getting more good than you are bad. And all the things that are technically wrong with it, if you want to get into specifics, are easily able to be replaced, swapped out, or fixed up in all the easy right places. If you want a USA made Strat without breaking the bank, and you want something that actually could either be your road dog or something that could be your backup guitar, and you can mod the heck out of it without breaking the bank, then I would say definitely check out the old 90s Peavey Predator Strat copies. I don't think you'll be disappointed for the price, and honestly, I think they actually play really well when they're set up right, and I think that overall, like, the body is smooth, and the overall build minus the hardware is actually really solid overall. So that being said, I thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe, hit that bell. I appreciate all of you guys for watching as always, and I will see you on the next video. Take care.